Well, girls and guys, welcome back to the channel. We have got a Chrysler C300. This is the V6 diesel. And on this wonderful job, we have an alternator to replace. I've already moved the shields there, but the alternator is there. This is horrible. This is actually the 3-litre V6 diesel engine. Yeah, so being the diesel, it's really annoying because the alternator's there. I'm just trying to size up whether or not I can get it out of there. Obviously this intercooler pipe will have to come off, but I don't think it's possible. I think it may have to be stripped from the top. The annoying thing is we've got all of this, well, no room here at all, but if we go to this side of the engine, where the aircon condenser is, we've got enough room to do what we generally want. Now, looking at the job, it's either going to be strip it from the top, or remove the subframe somehow and get it out. But even if I did that, yeah, I'd have room. I don't know. Let's get an investigation from the top and try and work a route to get this bad boy down. Doesn't look like fun either way. Right, before we get round tackling the front of the car, do not forget to disconnect the battery. I've disconnected both because I was feeling like a good mood. So now we've got that disconnected, let's see what room we've got from the front. Okay, so I've had a little look on what we can do here and the procedures, and it does actually say to do it from the top. Now, you can just about see the alternator there. And I reckon if I got the throttle body out of the way, and most of this junk in front of me here, without removing the water pipe, but removing the big old boost pipe which goes into all of that, I'm probably gonna have to drop the coolant. I don't know. But I reckon the top is gonna be a winner because the subframe's just gonna be horrendous. So, I have made the joint decision with you watching this video that we are gonna take it from the top. I mean, once I got that big boost pipe out of the way and removed the throttle body, I might just have enough room to slide that up out of there. If you can see what I'm saying, like this area here, let me just put that there. So I'm hoping like with that, oh my God, that is a solid pipe. Okay, that might not be going anywhere, but with that out of the way, moving the plug there. I don't know, let's find out. Let's find out. Just so I said earlier, this is actually a Mercedes engine in this. And you can see Mercedes signage there. And obviously Mercedes part numbers. It is all Mercedes, as we can see. It is their 3-litre V6 turbo diesel. Oh look, there's the biggest indication, Mercedes. Hello. So yeah, good times. Right, so I'm gonna start with whipping this off, getting that boost pipe out. Obviously, it's going to sound lazy, but I'm going to aim to do the minimalist amount to get the maximum reward. And then fast forward 3 hours and the whole engine's out on the floor. But let's see what happens for now. Okay, a bit of an update. So removed a few bits from the top, removed the big boost pipe. Now, if I can remove the remainder of the throttle body, wherever this is, I don't even know what that is, and then the throttle body itself, judging by the very bad access, I reckon there might be enough room to get it up and out of there. I mean, if not, what's the worst case? I've got to take more off. To do the auxiliary belt, we've got to go down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. That spline thing there, don't know what that is, but we'll find it and we will get it. I'm assuming I can get to it. No, I might need to take more off up at top to get to that. That big black box thing, whatever it is. Charge pipe. But either way, main thing is, can I get to the alternator to get it off? The answer is yes, and from the top is the way forward. So let's remove the remainder of the throttle body. Again, it's mainly all E-sockets, then we've got a little Torx, 2 Torx at the top. So there's one there, you can just about, there it is, there's the Torx at the top there. There's one there, and there's one on the other side. So let's get that off and go. That's everything so far. Not too bad. All right, so we're progressing forward. So these have got 3 E-sockets, 2 from underneath, and then 1 T20 for some very odd reason. And then one air temperature sensor or air sensor, I don't know, but one plug on the side of it, which is just there. So with that out of the way, I think, see, if I took the throttle body off as well, I reckon I've got enough room. What do we all think, people? Do we think I've got enough room? Nobody knows. So let's find out what we're going to need to take the throttle body off. So this T20 goes all the way through there, and then I've got, let's get that out of the way. Let's take that right up out of the way. They look like 8 mils. That's an 8 mil there. So once I've got throttle body out of the way, yeah, there's a couple. There's 3, 8 or 10 mils. I'll let you know in a second. Once that's out of the way, I reckon with a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night and I can get it out from that gap. So let's find out. Right, can't really tell, but managed to get bolt 1, bolt 2, and of course bolt 3 and bolt 4. There's some light up at the top. Now, they don't have enough room to get the top 2 bolts out, which is great. The bracket for the pipe of whatever that fluid is just lifts up. I've still not disconnected the wires and the plug from the back. That is for my next trick once I wiggle the alternator out and give myself a little bit more room, or I can try and get to it from here. I don't know. Either way, couldn't see it, can't get to it. So I'm gonna try whatever I can to get there. And then I need to try the great big shoehorn and try and get it up out the front of the car, or see what else I need to take off. And we continue. Okay, so you joined me on this again. I've actually had little breaks. I've done a car in between. Yeah, Fiat 500 in between. I nearly forgot. So we've removed this bracket, which was 1, 2, 3 E-sockets. There was 2 that went on the throttle body housing, or the plastic housing down there. So that come off, and now that gives me a decent, what looks like a decent amount of room, like nearly a fat Italian hand's width. One thing that I've noticed though, these are built, because this rubber water pipe that pretty much should just be rigid. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna wiggle it out of there, but we're gonna find out. I mean, come on guys, like, let's look at the guys and girls, let's look at the room here. We've got enough room to get it out of there. Come on, let's get it out of there. Okay, so that went through one of the mounting bolts, and that went onto the positive connection there. So let's take this. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I have no Scooby-Doo what that is, so I'll just put that on the side. But it looks promising. I'm not even gonna lie. That was a 2-man event. I had a friend help me, Abraham from VCT, and I seem out of breath because that was a lot of pulling and tugging, and it was like a good Saturday night. Okay, we've got a good recon unit in, a Lucas unit. Now, it was literally like watching something give birth. So now we're gonna drop this one in. I don't even know whether to lube this up to slide it into that hole, but who knows? Let's just let's chuck it in and worry about it later. Well, it's in. All we did was, there's a little bit of wiggle room on the ABS unit. We just moved that back, run the pipe flat there, and just kind of gave it some angle on the dangle, and it went in. I am out of breath, but also very happy. Okay, so we've got the new one in. It's got 3 out of 4 bolts. That one there is the only one that's not done up yet. The exciter, the plug's in, and the power connection and the other random cylinder thing that I don't know what it does is in and on. The auxiliary belt's on, so now we just got to put all the other stuff back in now. Yay! All right, we're all back together. Now, had a bit of a moment because I couldn't find where there was no hole for it, but there was actually a bracket under there that goes round to here that you bolt in and get that in and done. And there's also another bolt that goes underneath there. So thank God for the videos, because I went back and actually saw what I'd done there. So now it's all done, the alternator's on. We're gonna run it up and check the battery voltage in the back. We're looking at 14.4 with it running. So let's go. All right, so it's all running. So we're looking at a nice healthy 14 volts at the battery. Oh, 14.6. 14. It's probably charging a little bit more, but yeah, I'm actually happy with that. That is a nice healthy charge from that battery. So now that's all good. Gonna make sure everything is staying in place and we've got no issues. But that is gonna be nearly the end of this job. Everything's looking nice and good up here. No issues. Right, time to fit the big old engine cover with an induction scoop. Oh, that's a unit in itself. And it is nearly time for that road test. Okay, something that's been annoying me through this whole job is the fact that the coolant wasn't on max. So I'll get that to max. And yes, I'm using the kettle, so I was literally about to put the kettle on and I thought, let's fill it up. Okay, this luxury cruise liner has been on a nice little road test. I'm all happy, we're all good. Just gonna park it up and let the customer know. So, that was an annoying job, but that one is done.